Okay, I'm one of those people that thinks this season 4 finale was a bit underwhelming because I just wanted something more to it. Like I wanted something a little bit more. Not even like a big action scene, but yeah, I just wanted a little bit more to what this episode gave us for the season 4 finale. But I'm not one of those people that's saying, "Oh, this was just like a trailer to season 3, like a big old 66-minute trailer to season 3." I'm not one of those people who's going all like just being angry about this final episode because I would say I like the episode. I like what we got in it, but it needed a little bit more to it. Like something that would have made this episode just a little bit stronger was maybe we get to see Damon lay waste to Sharp Point. We only saw really the aftermath to it, where he's looking off in the distance at it, like the building's burning over there. But I would like to see have seen maybe he goes to Sharp Point and meets with the leaders over there, or like the leader of whatever house is over there. Like I don't really know. Like I haven't read the books at all, so I don't know what goes on with it. But maybe they could have shown him meet with them and try to convince them to side with Team Green. But that ends up not happening, and so he's laying waste to the town over there at Sharp Point. So I think that could have been good to show it, and it could have only been like a snippet of the episode. I think that would have made it a bit stronger to start off with that, because that was early on in the episode. So yeah, but I did like what we saw from this episode for the most part. Like Damon bending the knee to Rhaenyra, that's something I didn't expect to happen. And I think with the storyline for Damon this season, I wasn't really thrilled about. I think they dragged it on a little bit too long. And as I said, I haven't read the books. I don't know how it goes, but I think you could have condensed it maybe to a couple episodes with them having these visions and like what's her name, Alice Rivers giving him the visions. I think it started off cool with them imagining or seeing the vision of young Rhaenyra, but then it went into these other visions, and it was cool that we got to see Patty Constantine come back as Viserys, but it just dragged a little bit too long and for it to come down to him like bending the knee. But it was cool to see him get the vision of what we see throughout Game of Thrones with the White Walkers and then Daenerys, like the back of Daenerys in this. So yeah, no Emilia Clarke though. I think they couldn't afford bring back Emilia Clarke. I think it kind of fit though, because we only really need to see the back of her, and Damon doesn't really know who she is because this is like 200 years in the future. So yeah, but that was a good vision because it shows that like for him, he knows that they're fighting for, or he knows now that they're fighting for something more in the future. Yeah, when he did bend the knee and when he had them all pumped up, I thought that was a really good scene. And when we saw like was Simon Strong in the background just clapping, and he was like clapping, like just glad he avoided something maybe a little bit uncomfortable with what he thought was gonna be or what was gonna be Damon like being treasonous and taking the army for himself. And even the dude that was gonna be his hand, I forgot his name, but he was definitely disappointed. He bent the knee, but he was like, "Oh, I was gonna be hand if like Damon was gonna take over." So yeah, but I'm glad to see Damon gonna bend the knee to Rhaenyra, gonna serve Rhaenyra. I don't know if he goes back to maybe wanting to fulfill his own like destiny later, but yeah, I'm just glad he's signing with Rhaenyra right here because I want to see him. I want to see him go against Damon. Or I mean Aemond. I want to see him go against Aemond in the future. So we'll see. We'll see when this war like goes on in season 3. That's what they teased for season 3. They even said, I think even the producers of the show said that season 3 is gonna pretty much be an all-out battle. What we thought was gonna happen here, except episode 4, the series so far, which I actually reviewed, was actually a really good episode, which had a battle. And I'm not mad that most of the season was just talking because I know that's what Game of Thrones is. And even for this finale, I know the finales for most of the seasons of Game of Thrones are mostly to set up the next season, and that's what this episode was. But I think they went too much into that, and I think they could have gave us just a little bit more. Like I would compare it to like maybe season 6 where we saw it was Cersei blow up the, what was it called? I forgot what it was called. You know, the big cathedral place she blew up in season 6. So yeah, I forget the name of it, and I don't really want to look it up right now. But yeah, we could see something like that maybe with, like as I mentioned, Damon maybe, or Damon. I keep messing up on that, but Aemond taking out Sharp Point. I think we could have seen something kind of equivalent to that. And also the 3 new dragon riders together Hugh, Adam, and Ulf. And Ulf he doesn't know how to act. So yeah, Ulf is just like, I mean, it's just pretty much not thinking before he just speaks. And yeah, he just like, I don't know, he doesn't know how to act right here. And that angered Jace. So yeah, Ulf is just like, yeah. And even at the dinner table when he's with Rhaenyra, he's like, yeah, make me a knight now. Make me a knight now. Yeah, and then I'll be like, whatever. And then I'll know the manners. I forget what he actually said, but yeah, he just doesn't know how to act right here. I think what's cool about him is he's bringing some levity to the show, which I think was kind of missing from House of the Dragon comparing to Game of Thrones. Because Game of Thrones, we had some characters that did bring levity, like Tyrion, or we also saw with Jaime and Bronn. They kind of brought levity to the show a little bit with their duo, and even a couple other characters. And I feel like a lot of these characters were very serious throughout the first 2 seasons, and we've gotten some characters late in like season 2 or in the second half of season 2, like Ulf, and now in the finale with Tywin Lannister going and to the Essos, I think. So yeah, I think it's Essos. And now we have like the pirate lady who I forget the name of. Her name is Shirako Lahar. So yeah, she's also played by a trans actress, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't even notice in the episode that she was trans. So yeah, so it's pretty cool seeing these 2 characters together. So yeah, it is cool that they're bringing levity to the show. And now we even compare Tywin Lannister and Shirako. They seem sort of like a Jaime and Bronn when they went out to, I think it was like Dorne, I think, in Game of Thrones. So yeah, it kind of feels like that in a way. But yeah, it was funny, those scenes coming in where they're fighting in the mud and also him singing. So yeah, that definitely brings levity. So I wonder if we're going to be rooting for them, I guess, later on. It seems like we will, even though it seems like they're going to be part of Team Green, I guess. So yeah, we'll see. Going back to Aemond, he shook after the last episode where he saw the 3 dragons at Dragonstone. Yeah, he shook, and that's of course why he burned down Sharp Point. So yeah, but yeah, him trying to get Helena to actually go in the battle and fly her dragon. What's her name? Dreamfire, I think. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he shook. He's trying to get his own sister to go into battle, even though she clearly does not want to. So yeah, he definitely wants like another dragon out there because yeah, he knows even though with the size of Vhagar that yeah, he probably can't stand a chance against those 3 dragons and possibly a 4th coming in. I mean, 4th and 5th coming in with Daemon and we saw with Rhaena seeing the dragon. I forget what that Pharaoh dragon is like named, but yeah, she's gonna have a dragon to herself. So I'm guessing 5 on Team Black. Almost forgot to mention from the last episode, which I did not talk about, that ending of the episode where Hugh and Ulf became dragon riders. That was like its own little Squid Game. Like Rhaenyra was putting on her own little Squid Game. I feel like this kind of puts her into kind of a gray area when it comes to her, I guess, character, because yeah, that's kind of a evil-ish thing to do almost. just killing off people like that and being like, yeah, you bastards, most of you are gonna die, but a couple of you are gonna become dragon riders, and it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth all your sacrifices. There's gray to how Rhaenyra is acting with that, but yeah, it was a great scene. It was a great scene seeing like all these bastards get flamed on and munched on. And yeah, Rhaenyra and Alicent coming together at the end of the episode, which I didn't expect at all either. So yeah, but they have their conversation, and then at the end of the conversation, Rhaenyra still wants a son for her son, and she wants to take Aegon's head pretty much, which almost seems like kind of a mercy kill because he is burned, and yeah, a lot of things are burned off, including his dick also, which sound very morbid when Aegon was describing it. So yeah, but yeah, she wants to take Aegon's life, and Alicent actually agreed to it. Kind of had me shocked also because I thought she'd be like, no, and just like get out of there. But yeah, she wants to do anything to end this war and just have Rhaenyra come in and conquer King's Landing. But apparently that's not going to happen because yeah, we saw Aegon, Larys taking him out of King's Landing because yeah, he's going to be dead pretty much either way. Whether Rhaenyra comes in there or Daemon or Aemon is going to eventually probably kill him. So yeah, Larys probably doing the smart thing for Aegon's sake. And where Larys, he seems like he's falling all over the place because at first like when Aegon's king, he's like helping him, but then he's helping Aemond, but he's kind of regretting with like helping Aemond, it seems like. So he's like, yeah, I gotta help Aegon get out of here. So yeah, so we know that's probably not gonna happen. Where Rhaenyra is probably definitely gonna be unsettled with Aegon being gone. And at the end of the episode, we saw Otto locked up. So yeah, someone got him. Who got him? I feel like it's not anybody we know. I feel like it's gonna be maybe some like new sort of group, I guess. I mean, for all I know, it might be someone like the Starks, I guess. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to see more Otto. I think the show was definitely missing him in the second half of this season. So to see him locked up here, that's going to be probably interesting in season 6 or season 3 in a couple years. So yeah, we'll see what happens with them. And with it ending with seeing all like the houses march. I mean, you got the Starks, you got the Lannisters, and yeah, you got the Hightowers, and it was cool hearing the music playing, and yeah, their themes coming on, like the Starks with their theme, and the Lannisters with their theme, like the Reigns of Castamere. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, it was a cool theme, but man, just having it like just teasing you for season 3, which is going to come in a couple years because they're filming next year. That's kind of giving me blue balls a bit because I really want to see that. But man, just have to wait that long to see it. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. Thankfully, there's a lot of good shows out there. So yeah, so maybe the wait won't feel too long. But yeah, for me, it was kind of an underwhelming finale. I like the finale. I like what it like set up, but I just think there should have been a little bit more to the finale. And I like the season overall. I think the season was actually really strong. It just, with the finale, it left a lot to be desired. So, yeah, but we'll see. But give me your thoughts on the finale. Did it underwhelm you? Or did you very much like it? Tell me down below. And give me your thoughts on the season as a whole. So, until next time, I'll see y'all later. Rebel out.